My name is Anissa. I run animecards.org. This video is basically a game called What Card This Is, because for sure I don't know half the cards I see on animecards.org. Maybe you don't either. Let's figure it out together. This is today's card. If you want to skip the research part and just want to know the answer, skip to the end of the video where I will re-summarize everything that I just found out. Let's get started. Today we're going to be working on this card right here, which is another Usagi card. It is in great condition. There's no bends, there's no damage to it. Let's do a fake check to start with. First of all, normally you would start with looking at the prism pattern. If it was a prism, it doesn't have every prism pattern on it. It is just a regular card. It does have this little crescent moon here that's a little bit colored, but this card itself is just a regular card. The printing looks good. It looks crisp on both sides. This side might be a little bit faded. It is a bit of an old card. This might be the original color. This might be a little bit of a faded color. I'm not sure. The borders look clean and straight. So I think probably there's a pretty good chance that this is an authentic card. Now, what card is it? That is the question. It's not like it's written on the card itself, right? So we have to look for various different hints. First, let's start off with the size. This is a pretty standard trading card size, and right, so this is not like a big size. It's not a super jumbo size. It's just a pretty standard trading card size. That's a really important thing. There are some kind of funny sizes out there, but this is the standard size. Next thing we want to look at is all of the information that we can get from this card. So first of all, this is a Sailor Moon card, just like the other one that we had. And it says here in English Sailor Moon, and it also says Sailor Moon in Japanese up on top. And it says it also on the back in Japanese as well. In case you didn't know what the series was, this is one of the easier ones to figure out. So it is Sailor Moon. We don't know what set it is. Let's look at publisher. Publisher, it is written in very tiny print. Right here, it says Bandai. Right? Bandai is still publishing cards. They are one of the major publishers of cards. They publish new sets every month. They have a calendar. It's great. They're wonderful. We have all the love for Bandai. They're a wonderful toy company. And they made these cards. According to this, it was in 1994. And it was made in Japan. All that information is down here on the bottom here. And that is in English. Now the question is, what set is this? So we don't have a whole lot of information just looking at this. We know that it is a Sailor Moon R. So that is the second season of Sailor Moon. Well, not one of the later ones. That would be S. Super S or Stars. Those are the seasons that come afterwards. So second season, a little bit early. We have a number here. The card number here is 159. Whatever this is probably not the first part of whatever series it is. It's probably somewhere a little bit later. The name here is, the card title is Suki no Usagi, so Usagi's name is there. And we don't have any more information than that. On the back is Luna's character introduction. It has some information about Usagi on the back. We don't have much information beyond that. But we also know it has this very unique, the silhouette of Sailor Moon on the side as a princess. So that would be a very distinctive feature of this set. All right, so we're going to start with the webpage for Sailor Moon on animecards.org. In addition to information on different sets within the site, we have a few links to other websites that contain information on Sailor Moon cards. There's one in Japanese that's really great, called Sailor Moon Cards, and there's some others in English here. And the first website we're going to go to is this one called Mini Cards. And I have already opened up the link over here. So Mini Cards is that person's personal collection, I believe, and they have divided up the collection here by publisher. So they have a lot of great scans, and you can check and see if your card is one of them. So this case, we know that we're looking for a Bandai card. Just as a reminder, here is what it looks like. It is card number 159, and it was from Sailor Moon R. So let's take a look at Bandai. They have listed a bunch of different sets that Bandai created way back in the day. The most likely suspect for this card is either the Cardass set or the Graffiti set. These are both normal size cards. The Jumbo Cardass, those were cards that were twice the size of a regular card, and the Cardass Half, these were cards that were half the size of the half, or even smaller perhaps. They're quite little, they're very little cards. These other sets are also quite common, but they are fewer in number. There's fewer cards per set, I believe. So the first step is always to start with the Cardass set if you can. So let's take a look. They have scans for the Cardass set here. And great initial information here for each part of the Cardass set. So the Cardass set was 10 sets, numbers from 1 to 406. So quite a lot of sets. And you notice here that it ends at season SS. So if you have a Sailor Moon Stars card, it's very likely not going to be a Cardass set. At least not one of the initial Cardass sets that were made back in the 90s. So we are looking for card number 159, and we can see that that might be part of part 5. So they have listed that it is Sailor Moon R. That's great. And it is within the number range here. So that's quite a likely suspect. They have scans of part 5, so let's take a look. And you can see that they have thumbnails of each card, and for sure that 159 does match the card that we have. Now, are the images that are used on cards unique to each set? No. There are going to be other cards maybe that have this image. So it's possible that you can see this image on other cards. You don't want to just rely on the image alone. You want to make sure that the border itself matches, that all the other unique characteristics match. So here we have that silhouette. It says Sailor Moon R on the bottom in pink. It has this unique sort of yellow border, kind of like a picture frame, elaborate picture frame kind of border. And of course the number does match. So even if this card, this image, was used on another card, you would see a different border, different number, different other characteristics. But it would still be Sailor Moon R, it would be from the same time period, very likely. So you do want to make sure that you have all the details correct. For our purposes, we want to make sure that the back is also accurate. So in this case, Mini Cards doesn't have the back scans for these. I believe they do have sometimes back scans. So you do have to check if you want to check, but I don't think that they have all the back scans for every single card. So if you want to check on the back scan for a card, sometimes the easiest thing to do is just Google it and hope that a search result is a reliable site. So for now, our conclusion is that it is a Bandai Cardass Part 5, number 159. So let's try plugging that into Google. We get a bunch of different sites. eBay can be helpful. eBay does have a lot of fake cards as well. If you got to this level of detail, they're probably not going to be a fake card. But let's try something else. So here is Haropeko Doggy Bag. They are a Tokyo-based store, and as far as I can tell, their information is just really spot on. They are a very reliable site in terms of information, and they always show the back of the card. So they're a great source of information as well. This card is currently out of stock, unfortunately, but they do have the back, and we can see that this is exactly like the back that we have. There might be some color variation sometimes. You know, these old cards, they did get sort of brownish or yellowish over time. But this is definitely the same images and the same description that we see here. So in conclusion, we can confidently declare that this card is 1, an authentic card, and 2, that this is Sailor Moon Card Part 5, number 159, and it is a regular card created by Bandai in 1994. Happy collecting! Oh no, oh no, what do I do? There was a mistake. No. And my image went away. So, yeah.